Hi Daily Scholars, welcome to another lesson in our Writer's Workshop, the Literary Essay series for Lesson 3. Let's jump right in. First, let's review. For our lessons 1 and 2, we discussed the first step to writing a literary essay, which is to grow your ideas about the text. More specifically, we are focused on our core novel, Esperanza Rising. Now, to grow our ideas, we use thought prompts, we asked questions of the text, and we paid close attention to the characters in the story, and especially noted their traits, motivations, struggles, changes, and relationships, their thoughts and feelings. And I highlighted thought prompts because today we'll be continuing to use thought prompts. So for our lesson 3, today I want to teach you that when writers want to elaborate on their ideas on a character, they can use the same prompts and phrases that people use in conversations to elaborate. These kinds of prompts help writers to elaborate, to say more, think more, and write more. Remember our ways to push our thinking chart? Well, we're going to continue using this chart. First, we will start off with a conversation between myself, Ms. Lichto, and Mr. V about the story Fox. I want you to listen to the conversation, and I want you to think about what are the different ways Ms. Lichto, Mr. V, and myself are helping each other to push our thinking about Dog, the character in the story Fox. Miss K starts out by saying, I think Dog is caring, but also lonely. For example, it says that he runs through the charred forest and takes her to his cave below the river. There aren't even any other animals around. Ms. Lichto responds, I agree. Another example of Dog being caring is that he takes care of Magpie when she's hurt, not leaving her side. Remember, Magpie is the bird with the burnt wing. Mr. V interjects and asks, where do you see evidence of that? Can you go back to the text and find a specific place that shows it? And I respond, oh yeah, Magpie finally wakes up and the text says, Dog is waiting. He didn't go anywhere for a week. He just sat and waited for her. It's like she is all he has. Mr. V responds, I see what you're saying and I agree. On the other hand, it could be that Dog is happy to be alone, but wants to be a good friend to Magpie and help her. Miss K replies, could it be that Dog is both caring and sad? Characters are sometimes more than one thing. Finally, Miss Lichto adds, that makes sense. Him being sad can connect with our first idea about him being caring, but also lonely. He is lonely and knows what it's like to be sad, since he is blind in one eye. And maybe that is why he is so caring. For example, when Magpie says she will never fly again, and Dog says, I know, he understands her pain. Now, before you pause, I want you to think about, does anyone notice how a thought prompt helped us grow an idea about Dog's character? Take a moment to pause the video, comment in the live chat or the comments below, and remember to read and respond to other students' comments. Go ahead and pause. Thank you for pausing and contributing to our discussion. I'm going to reveal exactly where each of us have helped push our thinking. So, Ms. Coach used, for example, to push her thinking about how Dog is not only caring but also lonely. Ms. Lichto used another example to confirm how Dog is caring. Mr. V asked for text evidence. And he was able to contribute to the conversation by adding, on the other hand, to show that not only Dog was caring and happy, but maybe also wants to be a good friend. Miss Coach pushed the thinking further by using the thought prompt, could it be that Dog is more than one attribute? And finally, Miss Lichto was able to connect the first idea about Dog being caring, but also with being lonely. And she pushed it further by giving an example, by using the thought prompt for example. Now, I want you to try. Here is a passage from Esperanza Rising on page 111 to 112. This is Sylvia. She is my best friend. Next week we will go to school together, said Isabel. Sylvia switched around and grabbed Esperanza's free hand. Esperanza looked down at Sylvia's dirty hands. Sylvia grinned up at her, and Esperanza's first thought was to pull her hand away and wash it as soon as possible. Then she remembered Mama's kindness to the peasant girl on the train and her disappointment in Esperanza. She didn't want Sylvia to start crying if she were to pull away. She looked around at the dusty camp and thought that it must be hard to stay clean in such a place. She squeezed Sylvia's hand and said, I have a best friend too. Her name is Marisol, and she lives in Aguascalientes. Now, using our ways to push our thinking chart, I want you to continue growing ideas about Esperanza's character and the big changes that she goes through. Based on this passage, what more have we learned about Esperanza's character, and what in the text makes you say that? Take a moment to pause and type in your comments about Esperanza's character. Remember to use our ways to push our thinking and respond to other students' comments. Thank you for taking a moment to pause and contribute to our discussion about Esperanza's character. Now that you have practiced, now is time for your homework assignment. For your Writer's Workshop number 3 homework, the link to your homework assignment is below in the description. The assignment is titled 4th Grade Literary Essay Homework 03. Remember, you may complete it in your writer's handbook or a lined sheet of paper. Please be organized. Title your assignments and keep all your Writer's Workshop assignments together. I'm going to briefly go over the directions for your homework. You will select an idea that you have written about in terms of Esperanza's character that is worth expanding as the focus of your homework. You've done a lot of writing for homework 1 and homework 2, so you can pull ideas from there. I've also included a checklist of what to include for your homework. First, I want you to try to stay with your one idea for a little while and write lots and lots about it. I want you to reread the text. By now, you should have read chapters 9 and 10 for this week. And I want you to find more sections that connect with your idea and then write about them. More specifically, find 3 examples from chapters 9 and 10 that support your idea about Esperanza's character. And finally, remember to use the ways to push our thinking prompts to nudge yourself to say more about Esperanza's character, to elaborate. The ways to push our thinking chart is also included on your homework assignment. So when you click on the link, it should be there. Remember, if you have any further questions, you can refer to Ms. Lichto or Ms. Coach. Thank you for joining us on our Writer's Workshop, a Literary Essay series lesson, lesson 3. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.